I'll never ever use Airbnb. Yesterday, right, Friends of Ireland did this awesome thing. It's just like, oh, your birthday's coming up, like, anyone go places and whatnot. How about, either we go together or you can go by yourself, like, for a few days. And look, here I found 2 places, that you can go. One of them being Youghal. I was like, oh my God, Youghal is so beautiful. And it has sandy beaches and whatnot. So I was like, yeah. And he says like, yeah, okay, great. But like, I'm going to pay for it. But you'll have to book it. Because he just doesn't feel very confident with booking things. Or making phone calls and stuff like that. I said, yeah, okay, sure, no problem. I've been through, worse rings of hell. But anyway, no spoilers. So I picked the old one. I gave the date. And I contacted the ladies to make sure that I could take 2 dogs with me. Because it was supposed to be pet friendly. But the booking form wouldn't allow for more than 1 dog. So I had to make sure. So yeah, okay, yeah, you can take 2 small dogs. By the way, she had no idea how big Chihuahua is. Oops. Where did you come from? Yeah, but okay, I don't know all the dog breeds either, so fair enough. Oh, Chihuahua. No, don't know that song. What happens, okay? If you know, you know. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah. So I was ready to book the thing. I pressed the reserve button and it says like, okay, now you need to set up the account. Okay, great. Well, let's use my Google then. I gave my, you have to actually give a picture profile. It won't let you proceed. Weird. Okay, fine. Let's do this. And then like, without a blink of an eye, it says like, oh, give me your card details and whatnot. Hello, how are ya? How you doing? Good? Cool. Like, give me your card details. Okay, sure, no worries. I thought like we were registered and done. I was kind of, I think, guided by fate or something, because I chose not to pay immediately, but defer to 16th. Like I think that's a week later or something. Anyway, so all's great. And especially that I was doing it with Prince of Ireland's card. So half of the account was set up in his name. It had my email and my profile picture because I had no idea. So remotely, he accepted the transaction, whatever came through. Brilliant. Hey, I thought like we're done. Dusted. No. Airbnb says no. Now I need to make sure that you are you. So after getting the phone number, the credit card details, it asked for an ID picture. So I got Princess of Ireland's PPSN card. For those who don't know, it's like a social security or sort of a thing, like the way they have it in US. So it is sort of your form of identification, but it's not really national ID card in a national ID card sense. Okay, basically in Ireland there is no such thing as national ID card. Anyway, moving on. So I took a picture on the webcam. Great, boom, accepted. Next thing, it wants the face. I'm like, for fuck's sake, Prince of Ireland is not even at home. I can't do that. And this is getting ridiculous. Fine. So I waited for him to come back home. And I said, like, hey, we need to do your mugshot. Come here, right? Present yourself, stick your face into that circle. So, he does that. You're too far. It's too blurry. Center your face. And then it fucking takes a picture where all you can see is middle of his chest. Like, for fuck's sake. Seriously? And then I have to wait a good few minutes for an email to come through like, your validation has failed. Please try again. So I said, like, yeah, okay. But the thing is, it's not just the mock shot. It was the whole ID thing again. So we're redoing it. I think we've redone it like 5 times. Okay? And at that time, I had no idea that the PPSN card is not recognized by Airbnb app as a valid form of personal identification. Doesn't matter that it's government issued. Doesn't matter. It has a picture. It basically doesn't matter, right? The thing is, Prince of Ireland has a right not to have a passport or not to have a driving license because, he can drive a car, but like Rain Man on the driveway. But that's as far as it goes. He just didn't bother ever. So yeah, apart from the PPSN card, he has no other means of internationally recognizable identification. Oh my God. So we tried a few times. In the meantime, the host lady, whatever you call her, she says like, oh, I see, you're waiting on your verification. What's going on? How can I help you? And what about the 2 dogs? How big are they? So yeah, that was the moment, that Chihuahua moment. She had no clue. So I explained it to her. She goes like, oh, are they gonna come with beds or crates? I says, lady, I'm coming on a train and then on the bus. I won't be dragging any beds or crates for 2 little dogs. But obviously I didn't say it in that way, but that's what I meant. And she goes back, oh, that's no problem. Just please make sure they don't go on furniture or beds. So where the fuck are they going to sleep? In the bathroom? Of course they're going to sleep in the bed. Where else? Their family. They're fucking Larry and whatever his name is. He has no name yet. Of course they're going to sleep in bed. But mind you, why is it okay for a human, let's say, imagine, not take a shower or roll in shit for sport or mud, and just because they're fucking human, let's say, go to bed like that and fuck it all up, all the linen and whatnot, like, why is that okay? Whereas a clean dog, you won't even, like, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of hair, but if you're an Airbnb host, you're gonna fucking wash the thing anyway, so it shouldn't matter. I just don't understand what the problem is. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Let me know. Yeah, so getting back to it. So when I got that line, I thought like, oh, fuck you, lady, I don't like you now. Because you're supposed to be pet friendly. You're everything but. So, in the meantime, Prince of Ireland came back home again. And I told him, look, the story is Airbnb does not accept your PPSN card as a valid form of identification. Basically, outside of this country, you don't exist. You just cannot prove that you are you. Okay? So, at that time as well, by that time, I was so overwhelmed and pissed off, and I just had enough. And I thought, like, fuck it. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to deal with this. I was actually even dreading the process of cancellation. Turns out it wasn't that hard to cancel. It's just the option is not really called cancel, it's withdrawal request, because it's just so weird. Because yeah, by not being verified, we weren't really actually an official member, so it wasn't up for cancellation. Hello, how's it going? Good. It wasn't up for cancellation thing, it was a withdrawal request, whatever. But after all this, I nearly deactivated the account actually, but then I thought, oh, hang on a minute, just to be sure, I'm gonna wait to see what happens on that day that the payment was supposed to go through. Is it going to go even though theoretically it should be cancelled? So maybe better is to keep the account for now, in case I have to do some putting out of the fires. Okay, so that was that. The experience was absolutely horrible. I do not recommend, especially if you live in Ireland or live anywhere else and you don't have internationally recognized national ID card. Okay, just don't, because you're gonna get obviously, or if you haven't got a passport or driver's license, which, as you can see, can happen. Anyway, also, my another brief is like, I've always known about Airbnb, but they're fucking expensive, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know how big cut they take off every rent deal. I don't know. Don't care. And also another thing is that, for example, in the countries, like, there are a good few countries, right, that, try to incentivize businesses or individuals that are loaded, like Wales, to come for a golden visa, which is, you buy property and you get the passport. So, that's great. I mean, that's government, but it's a bit unfair on their people, to be honest. But what can I do? So I suppose it's not really Airbnb fault that people are actually their own governments. They're taking advantage of their own citizens by selling out their country. I'm not patriotic, don't know, or nationalistic or whatever, but I'm just thinking, like, if, let's say, a bunch of, I don't know, Americans or Indians or Arabs or whatever, okay, came here and started, like, just buying out properties, and then properties are so expensive. I mean, they're as expensive as it is anyway. It's a housing crisis here right now. Been for years, I think since 80s. A tiger is long dead and not breathing. Anyway, so yeah, it's not cool, and especially like in Greece, people buy out properties, houses, do them up, and then rent them out as an Airbnb, and it's a trend. Like, people think, like, oh, what's the lazy business we could do? Like a passive-ish income. Ooh, let's buy a villa or something and make it a Airbnb. Bob's your uncle. And then we can drink pina coladas wherever they live. I mean, fair play to you guys, okay? If it's allowed by law, you're not breaking rules, hell, do whatever you want. It's not your fault that the government allowed that kind of thing. I mean, fuck it, like. But still, I just don't like this, okay, that it's being incentivized. And Airbnb is on the forefront of that, movement. And they're not ethical about it in any way. So Yes, that's my pet peeve with Airbnb. So I'd rather sleep on a train station, bus station, petrol station, rather than rent an Airbnb, even if I could afford it. So fuck you, Airbnb, and no thank you. There's still hostels, even hotels, okay? B&Bs and just normal, nice people that would give you a place to sleep, I suppose. And you don't have to pay a ransom. So there, you won't see me in Airbnb. And that's the end of the not affiliate blog. Thank you.